more of the humming. That really helps calm me down and focus.
Yeah. So using sound with that always helps. And especially if you do it, vocally. I mean, so, and, you can make very vocal sounds. You can make more of a whisper. You can have more internal, and they're going to affect more of the vocalization. Is a harmonizing physical level as well as emotional and spiritual. More of the whispered kind of energizes more on an emotional level and spiritual level, and then if you're just doing it inside, it affects you on the deepest levels. But I love making the sounds from the Chinese Qigong. Then it does each of those sounds, and they've been around for a couple of thousand years with this. What's interesting is that in the Ayurvedic, so with the chakra system, they also have sounds, but they're very different, and they all have more of an sound, like long, long, and you still have this deep resonating sound with it, and that harmonizes through that vocalization your body and the energy in the bodies. So you could choose kind of either one that you want to do. It's easier to focus when you first get started to focus on one idea, one concept, and that's why I just kind of leave it at the traditional Chinese side, since all this is coming from the Qigong. But when you look at the body, we have all these different systems and layers. We have, like I said, the skeletal system, the muscular system, facial system. You have blood flow. So you have all these things that make up the physical body. And then I look at it with the energy systems of the dantians or the chakras. They're just layers. Kind of one way of looking at it is just layers, just more of an energetic level rather than being some completely separate body. It's when you read the literature, they talk about, you have this etheric body, this astral body, and I believe that also. It's another way of looking at it. There's just layers within the body, within our being itself. We start as spirit. That, to me, spirit is our core. That is what we are. It's who we are. And then when we're in this life, in this earth, then we have an ego, mind, and emotions. And within this emotions, we also have a lot of that other energy. Since we kind of know we store energy within our body, you'll find that with stress, your muscles tense up. Different types of massages, sometimes they'll say you'll release emotional content, and some people, when they have really deep massages, they have emotional releases, and it's because there's times we'll hold thoughts in our body, and it's not like we hold them in our physical body; it's we hold them more in our energetic body. And so, focusing on the chakras and just being aware of them helps to harmonize and balance. And so if you look at, say, going back to the three dantians, if you were just to focus your intent with the idea of becoming aware of that energy and building that energy, whether it's lower dantian, middle dantian, or upper dantian, the intent of wanting to harmonize, the intent of wanting to engage and to harness that energy will create an effect and a benefit for you. The more that you bring your intent into it and your awareness and your focus, the greater the benefit will be. And that happens over time. And you kind of notice little shifts in yourself, as you get accustomed to narrowing that focus. Because it's, for me, the ability to focus is almost like a mental muscle, like anything else. You've got to train it. And the more that you train it, the stronger it becomes. If you have to deal with things, I've always thought I had a touch of ADD. So if you have things like that, or you're highly stressed, it's harder to focus. So you've got to drop down below those levels of stress and find that deep part of you and focus on that, which is what the meditation does. It's what the Qigong does. The Qigong puts it into movement, so you also have to be aware of your body while it's in movement, which makes it a little more interesting, a little more challenging in some ways, but also beneficial.
Great. Thank you for saying all this. A silly question. I know in your video you had the lower, middle, higher dantian. I feel like when we're doing the Qigong movements, I tend to focus more on the lower, and it's
Yes.
hard for me to like kind of transition up.
And that will come in time.
Okay.
So right now, focus, especially with the Qigong, focus on the lower Dantian.
Okay.
There's a couple of reasons for that. One is it's considered to be the area or the sea of Qi, the area of original Qi. So you want to build up. This is where Qi is stored primarily and manufactured. So you want to keep your attention for the Qigong here. And even in the martial arts, as you move, we talk about moving from our center, moving from this lower Dantian, because that's also more of just your center of gravity as well. But when you move past that physical part, when you start moving and operating from this lower Dantian, you end up with more strength or power to what you're doing. In your personal meditation times, that's when I go into focusing more on heart or onto the third eye. I may do that even in my formal meditation times, but I'll also do it while I'm standing in line, while I'm watching TV. If it's something I'm not, how it is when you got a couple. Sometimes you something on the TV you're interested in, but not all interested. I'm usually on my iPad as well. But I'll take some time and I'll focus just throughout the day. I'll just kind of focus on my heart, and I'm focusing on just my awareness. I'm being an aware being, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And for years, my early meditation practice was always focused on the third eye. We never went to lower Dantian, and because the meditation practice was all about spiritual clarity, and at the deepest level. So that's when you would just focus on the third eye, and it builds intuition. It builds each person. It seems to unlock something different, and it's just how we are. I mean, we are aware. Science has already told us we're aware of much more in our minds than we consciously make available to ourselves, because we have to filter things out. And if our filter system isn't working well, then we have labels for that. Mm-hmm. But we tend to filter things out other than what we just need. But technically, we are taking everything in. So when we start to focus on the third eye, we're able to unlock more of that ability. So it's a fascinating study, and it becomes deeply personal. It's helpful in groups. My first time I started with just meditation, I was just on my own. I lived in Greensboro, North Carolina, and I couldn't find anybody who was into meditation at all. So I just read, and I practiced, and I figured it out. And then I found a group when the student's ready, the teacher appears, kind of thing. And then I found a group that practiced meditation, and so I sat with them. It was beneficial, more from just a support group. It didn't deepen anything for me. It just was just nice to have like-minded people around you. But it's not necessary. It's just helpful. But when you in your personal times, that's when you focus on the other ones. You can now. I will say, as you do your personal Qigong practice, there are times when I will switch from more of a lower Dantian, and now I'm kind of moving now through heart as we move through. So you can, as we work with some of the different organs. Mm-hmm. In fact, we already do this when we go to the organ, when we go to heart, and start working on the flows that have to do with the heart organ itself. Because what I have you guys going through is called 5 internal organ Qigong. So in your heart, when you're focusing on that heart, you're actually focusing also on that middle Dantian. We don't really get to the third eye as much with that. So does that help?
That was really helpful. Thank you for the information. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's good to actually be able to ask questions and talk to you. So that's good.
Well, it is, and always reach out and call or text or anything. But this is a good time to answer those as well and kind of ask. I like the Muhammad Ali shirt.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
So cool. Well, let's get started. PJ has got business to do today. He's got clients in town.
Okay.
So we'll get started. All right, let me pin me up here. Actually, I don't really need to pin me up here. I'd rather see you. So, all right. All right, can you see me all right? All right, very good. I like the special effects there. Actually, I am going to pin me up there. That was fun. You're going to have to teach me how to do that one. Oh, I do that one somewhere. Let's see. Hang on.
I don't even know how to do it. When we do the heart one, I get a lot of hearts that just start popping everywhere.
Oh, really? That's funny. All right, I'm moving me up where I can see me there. There we go. All right. Everything good? That light is not in the way? Sorry, knowing I check a little bit of this out a little bit more. I was running a little bit late this morning. Nope, too much. Sorry, dude. All right, that'll work. All right. So first part, just to stand and gather all your energy. So we've been just kind of putting hands over lower dantian. Now, my personal practice and what I've started to encourage last couple of times was just to interlace your thumbs. So like in this case, my left thumb is just lightly against the Lao gum point, the center and the palm. And then my right thumb is just on the web between the index finger. And those are two meridian points, pressure points, but just to kind of engage. So just stand, become centered, and just breathe. Nice, deep diaphragmatic breathing. Relax the mind, relax the body. We usually try and relax the body first, and then the mind. However, if you can relax the mind first, the body will follow much more easily. Expand the belly. Exhale, pull it back to your spine as you empty out your lungs. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time, breathe in. When you breathe in, imagine you've got energy coming down, you're condensing it into your lower dantian. Now we're going to do a little bit of wave breathing. So one hand goes up to the top of the chest, and it's just for an anchor so that you make sure that you're breathing, filling the top of the chest. So you're going to breathe in, still diaphragmatic breathing. Fill the belly. Now press down a little bit around the edges so that you expand a bit on your ribs. And then top it off. And if you need to raise your chin just a little bit, you get air all the way on the top. And then exhale from the top of the chest, ribs, lower dantian from diaphragm. And then repeat. The key here is you're looking to just fill your lungs as much as you possibly can. Diaphragm and ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, diaphragm. One more time. Very good. Drop the hands back down, step out a little bit, feet are shoulder width apart. Knees slightly bent, tailbone dropped just a little bit, hands out to the side, a little bit of space. Everything's kind of relaxed, so a little bit of space, say from your armpits. Obviously, you're not standing like this, but you're not military either. Just nice and relaxed. Shoulders are kind of naturally rolled back, so in proper position. And here to stand, feel, and absorb. When you're feeling your body, the quality of the Qigong that you experience is dependent upon the quality of your focus and your intention and your awareness. Not that you use the mind to be stressful in this, but you're engaging your awareness and your focus on your mind to relax. Using then your mind to focus on your body to relax. Get through the neck, the shoulders. Relaxing through the upper back, chest. Breathing in. On the exhale, relaxing the intercostal muscles. Abdominal muscles relaxed. Relax the glutes, quads, and hamstrings. Relax the knees. Relax the calves, muscles around the shin. Relax the ankles. Relax the feet. Now you breathe in. Breathe out. Just be. All right. Then just kind of bounce up and down. Shake the body loose. Getting rid of all tension. Keep going. I got to do something here. There we go. Yep, you were frozen on my screen. No. You can kind of just play with it. The idea is just get nice and relaxed. Open up the nerve endings. All right, bring it back down. Now we're going to start to knock. So start with the sternum. Knock on the sternum. And down the solar plexus. We come over to knocking on lung 1, the spot right here. Roll around the chest. Knock over the liver. Stomach and spleen. Knock on the kidneys. Come down to the glutes. And come down to hamstrings, behind the knees, especially on the calves, that spot where the calves kind of join, it's a good spot to kind of knock. Come up the inside of the legs, the claw, hip flexors come back around. Come back up, last, come to shoulders. Go down the outside of the arm, come up the inside of the arm. Come to the other side. All right. You awake? All right. Both hands up. Breathe in. Feel your energy resonating on the palms of your hand, your forearms. Scanning your body, feeling. And here I'm feeling energy from lower dantian, raising it up into heart, taking energy from heart, pushing back down. So I'm taking water, moving it up into fire, taking fire, moving to water, balancing those two energies. All right, let's do a little spinal cord breathing. So roll in on the exhale. So with this, feet are forward, tailbones dropped. I'm rolling my shoulders in, collapsing the body here, bringing the chest in, forearms together. This is my exhale. I can pull up on the pelvic floor if I want. I can squeeze the glutes. Inhale, roll out, drop the shoulders, expand the chest. Good, deep breath. Bring it in, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, deep, deep breath. Make sure you're really getting deep diaphragmatic breaths when you do this. Last one. All right. Step out just a little bit. And twist. The twist comes from the shoulders and the hips. Done this a lot. Forearm strikes across the lumbar region, Ming Men in Chinese thought, and lower abdomen. Now you start to pump the legs come too. Really get the blood flowing, all your energy going. Then start knocking on lung one, up here by the shoulder. So you feel your collarbone, a little depression. Say good morning to Jessie. Hey, baby girl. All right. Now I want you to move onto the ball of your foot. So you're actually kind of coming into a cat stance. So I know you can't see Jesse's in the way. There we go. Look. Yep. Now switch it over to the heel. All the time, deep breaths. Bring it back down.
Rachel, are we still relaxed with the heel to the toe or straight leg?
This is relaxed, and everything is nice and relaxed. The leg is somewhat straight, but only just because I'm twisting. All right, that answer. So it's okay. Yeah, so when I come in, it is straight, so it's not necessarily bent, just because I'm weighting back on this my post leg and coming down. Now you can also do these a little bit wider, and in which case, if you do it a little bit wider, I'm going to lean more towards one side. And it's just a different feel to the energy. still want to get that turn into your spine. And then we'll slow it down, walk it back up. Now, push. So inhale, exhale. I'm pushing from my lower dantian, taking that energy, and with my intent, I'm pushing through my arms and my palm. And this hand is moving as if through water, pushing energy. Inhale, gather. As I turn, exhale, mentally push. Extend that energy out through your palm. So imagine you're doing a strike, a push, but I'm using this energy. Nothing, no muscular force, only my intent. I can get a little more stretch into my spine by looking around behind me. With this, when you move from your center. Feel, try and really lock in and focus your attention on that move and the expression, the expansion outward. One more time. All right, just walk it in. Float the hands up. Float the hands down. Now, over time, you may find as you do this, your body still wants to move, and that's fine. You notice I'm still kind of moving, but it's a natural feel. It's not a force, but it's just things that as I have allowed my body to feel that energy and to move, even when I'm floating these hands up, there's sometimes I just feel this as my body fills with energy, as my awareness locks in with all of this. And just let that be. All right, now we'll work on lungs. We'll just go back and forth between a few, but I want us to come up, breathe in, above the head, turn the palms up, press out. Hold breath for a second, turn the palms over, exhale. When you get to the bottom of the breath with the hands, hold for a second, then exhale, start again. Hold, turn the hands over, exhale. Hold for a beat or two, exhale, inhale. Now, because we are working the lungs, you can you visualize the color of the lungs as white, and of course the sound of the lungs is so. Breathe in. And as always, inner smile, attitude of gratitude. When you get up here on the top, Make sure you're above your head. Roll the shoulders back a little bit. Yep. Now bend the knees. Bring both hands up to center, out. This is tiger. Come down, claw on one side, claw on the other side. Turns back to the front, up, turn the opposite direction. Inhale. If you want to use sounds. Last one. Into the front. Float the hands up. Float the hands down. Float the hands up. Float the hands down. One more time. Now, right hand at the navel, palm up. Left hand, so this is the inhale. Now I'm going to push, and I'm going to move my right hand over to my side. I want to push out with my left. My body is turned a little bit, but not fully to the side. But I want to look over my right shoulder in this case as I exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Repeat to the other side. Inhale. So my right hand comes in. Left hand pushes out. I look over my right shoulder. I can do sound on this as well. But focus on that energy coming out of the palm. One more time. Come back to center. Floating hands up, floating hands down. Now, I'm standing, feet are about shoulder width apart. I'm going to turn to my right, and my left heel is going to turn. My right heel is going to turn. And as I turn, my hands just come out. I'm going to lean, shift forward, cross my hands, pull back, take a small step as I sink into this lower to my post leg. I want to watch my structure. I don't want to be way out here. So I want to come in, take a step, drop your weight, drop your shoulders, come from the heart, press out. The knee does not extend past the toe. Close back, press again. Now, right arm comes out, right heel is going to pivot, left pivots, arms cross, comes back, take a small step, press. Repeat the other side. So left heel, left arm. Right heel now turns, comes out, presses. Repeat the other side. Very intentional and meditative in this movement. So everything moves, heel, arm together. As it reaches its apex of where it needs to go, the foot comes down, and in this case, the right heel begins to move. This hand just, my right hand now just moves out under my left, pull back, press, roll back, press again, repeat other side. One more time. Now, hands together. As you breathe in through the lower dantian, look over your right shoulder on the exhale. So I'm going to breathe in, look over my right shoulder as far as I can to a spot directly behind me, and exhale. Come forward, breathe in, look over my left shoulder, all the way as if there's a spot directly behind me. From the center, breathe in, right shoulder, look behind. Exhale completely. Inhale fully. Look over the other shoulder. Come forward. All right. Feet shoulder width apart. The hands come up. The hips go back a little bit. There's a couple ways of doing this, but I like this one best. So as the hands just float up, elbows down, the hips shift back. As I move forward, I let everything flow nice and gently. My hips come forward, the hands come back. My palms are engaged. They're still kind of pulled up a bit. And as always, as I'm going through my flow, I have the little finger and thumb are somewhat opposed and sticking out. So I create this concave nature to my palms. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This is one where you can begin to relax and feel the full kinetic chain of your body as it moves. And if you can't, you will. Just relax and feel the movements. I feel myself sinking to the ground, my hips moving out, palms float up. Everything is relaxed. There's no tension. Only using my mind, my intent is my main vehicle of movement, and it only engages enough muscular tension to affect the movement. Everything is relaxed. Now, there are times if you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, you can make this more of a purging. So, and for me, that helps clear out more of the energy. So coming back, float the hands up, float the hands down. Step out wide, float the hands up, and we're going to lean back. We're going to stretch along the front, fascia, meridian lines, This is all my inhale. Exhale. Turn at the waist, bring it all the way down. Relax everything, feel the stretch. Bend the knees, roll the spine back up as you inhale. Exhale. And there we go. Very good. All right, let's roll it up. Walk the feet in. I still like floating the hands up, floating the hands down. Actually, this is a flow in itself. It just mixes fire and water energy, yin and yang. All right. Our standard, let's see. I just want to continue. Now let's float up again as we did. Now purging breath, come out. So inhale. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Now stand bear holding ball in front. You stand and absorb. Breathe deep. Send energy down to the lower dantian. As you exhale, compress that energy to a ball. See if you can feel that ball rolling. Starts first with mental imagination, and then you begin to feel it. Every creation we have has two stages, an inner and an outer. Your vision creates it, the outer expresses it. It's actually a good life lesson. We're creative beings. Our words and our thoughts are our creative power. The more that you believe in your words and those thoughts and the depth at which they come, especially in this, deep from spirit level, then it becomes quite creative. All right. So we move into more water. So now we're moving into the kidneys. So imagine deep blue in the kidneys, and the sound is choy. So just kind of breathe in. So with water, I want one hand behind my back. With my left hand, I'm going to bend at the waist as if I'm scooping. And the bending helps stretch and squeeze the kidneys. Imagine I'm bringing up energy. As I turn it over, I like to expend it outward. Some people like to feel that energy through their arms and into their lower dantian. Inhale, exhale. My mind is also on my kidneys. Imagine this deep blue color, inner smile. Everything nice and relaxed. One more time, big. Now shorten it right across the waist. So everything is timed to your breath. The deeper your breath, the more beneficial. You see, I'm taking it really, really slow. And there's a focus on every part. Now, come up center line, 2 fingers out, below the navel, stand and absorb. Switch. So now left forearm goes behind. Right hand's going to come down nice and deep. Inhale. Pick up energy off the floor. Let it mold with you, meld with you. Press it out. We learn at first to store the energy. We learn first to become aware of it, then how to store it, and then how to express it. Because energy needs to move. Energy by its nature is expressive. And if you want more energy, you give more energy. Nice little life lesson. We gain more by giving more. Now shorten it, right to the waist. Inhale. Exhale. Everything timed to your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it right up middle line. 2 fingers out. Lower dantian. Stand and absorb. Feet are not locked in. Knees are not locked. Slightly bent. Just not locked. All right, drop that. My favorite water flow. So hands come out, back of palms together. You're gonna bend, drop, collapse a little bit. You're gonna drop your tailbone. Don't stick it out the back. Drop it down. Hold energy up, and you're coming up through all the kidney meridians. Drop the shoulders. Repeat. You can breathe as deeply. It's a When we did that wave breathing earlier, you can feel where you can put that in here. Let the spine roll up. Feel every part of all your muscles, your skeletal structure moving. Up. Raise the chin slightly. Go all the way up to the chest. Empty it all back out. Last time. Now we'll stand. Bear holds ball. And back. Stand, absorb, just feel and absorb. Nothing but present moment awareness. Letting go of all thoughts. Just feeling. One more breath. All right, let's go to liver. So liver is green. The sound is shh. I'm going to pull energy up from the side. Inhale. Let it rain over me. You're also activating gallbladder meridians. Exhale. Other side. Liver meridians in Chinese medicine thought is connected also to paired with gallbladder. And so the gallbladder comes up, one the inside, one the outside, comes in, liver terminates, gallbladder continues up around the head. The part of you also resonating with gallbladder meridians along the head. Now, Zhanshuang for standing meditation, standing like a tree hugging. So feet are forward, knees are bent, feet underneath you, tailbone slightly tucked, shoulders natural. I like rotated back to a natural position, not military, not collapsed in this case, even though the hands are forward. Chin tucked slightly, string from the top crown of the head to the sky. So it helps to elongate your spine a little bit, but still relax. If you feel tension when you do this, as I'm pressing up in here, learn to maintain that, but also relax. And it helps to create a little bit of space between the vertebrae. Elbows are down. Just stand and absorb. As you stand, especially in this one, you'll feel at times your body, sometimes the muscles will start to spasm a little bit and then they'll just relax. And that's really what you're after. Now I want you to sink into your left hip and leg. Extend the right hand out. Point from the left finger, index finger, to your right palm. And focus on your palm and the finger. Back to center. Sink into your right hip and foot. Extend the left palm. Point the right index finger to the palm. Put your mind in your palm and your finger. Come back to center. All right. Put the hands down. I can stand and do that for a while. When you do that properly, oh man, it's energizing, it's peaceful. So, all right, now we went from lungs to kidney to liver, and this is the generative cycle, so this helps build each other up. And then we're going to go into heart. So with heart, the color is red, the sound is H-A-R. Float the hands up, diamond shape on the heart, press out. Spread the hands, come up again, up, heart, diamond, press out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to make it bigger. Inhale, scoop down, exhale. As if I'm letting all the energy go, lift, gather energy from the earth. Inhale, pour it down the front of you, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Raise the elbows, inhale. Swim around by the liver and the spleen and stomach. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I know this For Miguel, it's not an issue for you, but for anybody else who's watching, if your knees don't allow you to go that far initially, take it as far as your knees. If it's only here, take it to here. If you can go farther, but push the hips back as you come down, so you're just dropping straight down. Your knees don't want to go over your toes. So I'm just going to drop down. If I were to stop here, I'd be in this little squat position. All right, now cloudy hands. Right hand by the heart, left hand extends out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Just be aware of just your body, your form, your energy. Present moment awareness only. Feel your body move. Feel the energy in your body. Always try and feel deeper. Feel more. Don't add, you don't have to add to it. You can imagine you're just going to relax your mind and feel into your body, feel into your energy. Now drop one hand to lower down Tien for a couple of passes. And then go up to third eye. Back to heart. Bring the hands down. This time for standing meditation for heart, roll the palms, back of palms together up your front, and roll out and really twist the arms as if you are holding a ball or trying to press something up. But I want to have some torque here, not tension, just enough torque because of where I have twisted my palms. Check in and make sure that you're getting the deepest diaphragmatic breathing that you are able to. All right, drop that. We'll finish out. Yeah, the other organs will be the spleen and stomach treated together. So with that, breathe in, hands up, right by stomach and spleen. Push the hips back a little bit as I exhale, clearing energy out. Gathering energy in, sending through stomach and spleen. Yellow is the color in here, and WHO is the sound. One more time. Now do one-handed. Come around, right hand goes below the navel, left hand goes out. Right hand goes out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In your personal practice, you always do it to the beat of your breath. So if it slows down, even better. If you find yourself not breathing deeply, your movements will be faster. So you can breathe as deeply into the diaphragm as possible. Take as much time as you need. Clearing energy out. Balancing with good energy in. One more time. The standing posture for this is feet forward, knees slightly bent, forearms parallel to the ground, fingers splayed and cocked at an angle. Stand and absorb. One more breath. All right. And now, full body. So working the three treasures, working lower dantian, middle dantian, upper dantian, or all the chakras. So gather energy. This one, I like using the Om sound. So I'm gathering everything in and just releasing, resonating. Om. 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 One more time. Om. All right, bring the feet in. At first, just stand and absorb. And bring the feet in. Lock the palms against lower dantian. Now, in this case, we've been sending a lot of energy here. I want you to start to just kind of rub, like as you do massage. Up the right side, over the center, down the left. So focusing on the middle point of your abdomen, that lower dantian, which is, like I said, 1.5 inches, 2 inches below the navel, and in towards the center of your being. The chakra is located in the spine. Reverse directions. So now come up the left, over the center, down the right. Hands lower down chin. Bamboo sways in wind. So your feet are together. If you feel yourself move, allow it to move. You're only using enough energy and enough structure to keep you from falling over. But you'll find if you are properly stacked in your skeletal structure, calmness of mind, you'll feel yourself sway, but you won't fall over. You won't lose balance. You won't ever feel out of balance. You just feel yourself slightly swaying, but you're still there. And at times, I felt this as if wind were revolving up my body. Let it be. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. Let it be. My point is sometimes you'll have sensations doing this. You don't get caught up in them. Allow them to be. Experience them. Don't add to it. Don't take it away. Don't try and shut it off. All right. And that concludes today.
Awesome. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate you and taking the time to go over some of that DMTN stuff in the beginning.
Certainly. Yeah, it's so beneficial. And especially I wanted you to kind of start working with that a little bit and in your focus. And if you're doing meditation times, or even while you're moving, you kind of just, you can work on the dantians, the focus on them, or the chakras. I guess in some regards, and there's philosophical pushback in all of this because you're dealing with two philosophical systems looking at trying to find the similarities. And that's how I've almost always approached everything, is that if I pull back far enough from different philosophical thoughts and I find the common ground, that I know, okay, this is truth, and then the rest of it I will play out and I will work to see, if I feel that the rest of philosophy runs along. It kind of goes back to my psychology training. Freud came out and very insightful. It was great. He had some really good insights. A lot of those insights have, and because people took those insights and then generalized them for much farther out than they really should have. So it takes a few decades and people realize, okay, we took this too far. It doesn't apply necessarily in all these, but the base root, like in Freud that you have, or Jung with the shadow parts of ourselves, they're all very true. We need to learn how to work with those. But not every philosophical thought was meant to be the end all be all, but it addressed a certain portion of us. And that's kind of how I view a lot of this. The chakras are a little more detailed in my mind, as each chakra represents an energy portion of us that we can use to balance and harmonize. And when I was taught this, it was almost from an external to an internal. And that's good for when we first start training. And what I mean by that is I'm thinking if I can balance my chakras, I will be a more calm person. It aids. It's at this point not necessarily life-changing. It aids, but I view it more as you're becoming aware of those energy blocks, those energy centers. And the fact of the awareness creates movement. It's like in quantum physics. If you look to see, if you expect to see a particle, you see a particle. If I want to see a wave, I see a wave. The observer has an impact on what's being observed. In this case, it's you as spirit looking at your energetic body, your physical body, your the muscular structure, the skeletal structure, and delving into that and allowing those energies from those different chakras or dantians to be released, to not be blocked, to flow more. And that's all you're really trying to do. And you'll get that from that peaceful feeling, that calm, collected feeling. And now I seem to always be more centered in my heart and chest or in my third eye. That's how I connect with the world, is from a deeper place rather of spirit, rather than more of a surface level of just mental. For me, mental leads to agitation, and deeper and not just agitation in a negative sense. The mind's just always busy, and we know this. We talk about the monkey mind. The mind's always flitting and stuff, and this is learning how to control, access the deepest parts of ourselves, and bring that forward so that we relax the ego mind, deal more with the spiritual mind, and from our spirit, and using the ego mind as a tool that it's meant to be. And we're in that stage of development that you're able to do that. Both of these came out of different religions, but I do not put a religious inference into it. I do speak of spirituality because I think we're spirit, but I don't. I try not to assign a specific religion to it. So some people are concerned that, when I grew up with this in the Christian church, they heard about meditation and chakras. They went, "Oh no, we can't do that." And I go, if it's truth and if it's how, if you say God created us this way, well then why not?
Yeah.
Western mind is always external, task focused. Eastern mind is always internal, and and that's good. That's yin and yang. That is how all life is. And so for me, the benefit of that is that you combine those two. You combine the internal with the external with the internal. So now you have this enhanced version, fully active version of yourself. So
I thank you. I appreciate the time you've taken today for your morning.
absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. All right. Well, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, you will.
All right.
Enjoy.